Do you ever feel like Google Ads is just kind of like a black box? You put money in, leads come out, and whatever happens in the middle just is magic. And to make it even more confusing, most people think that the whole system is just whoever pays the most gets the top spot. But that's not actually how Google Ads works. So in this video, we're going to pull back the curtain and show you exactly what Google is doing behind the scenes to decide whose ad shows up and why you can outrank bigger competitors without having a bigger budget than them. So every time someone types a question into Google, something happens behind the scenes that almost no one really talks about. It's basically an instant silent auction. No shouting, no paddles, no countdown, but Google is just deciding in a split second which business is the best match for that search. And the surprising part is that the winner isn't always the business with the biggest budget, it's the one that is the most relevant to that search. Before we get into how all of this works, let's first go through what Google Ads actually are. So Google Ads are the paid advertisements that you see across Google's entire network on Google Search, YouTube, Gmail, Maps, and there are millions of partner websites. But for this video, we're focusing on the most popular and most important type of campaign, which is the Google search ads. So these are the text ads that show up right at the top of the search results when someone types in something like plumber near me or best dentist in Chicago. And this matters because Google handles billions of searches every day. So when someone is actively looking for a product or service that you offer, Google Ads gives you a way to show up in front of them at the exact moment that they are searching for your product or your service. Okay, so how do Google Ads actually work? The foundation of Google search ads is pretty simple. So you choose the keywords that you want your ad to show up for. So if you're a plumber, it's going to be things like emergency plumber, drain cleaning, or water heater repair near me. So anytime someone searches for one of those terms or even a closely related one, your ad becomes eligible to show. And that's the first step, telling Google, hey, if someone searches for this, I want to be in the running for it. So Google search ads run on something called pay per click or PPC. And the name is pretty literal. So you only pay when someone clicks on your ad, not when it shows, not when someone scrolls right past it, only if they click on it. So every time someone searches on Google, an auction happens. And it happens in a fraction of a second. So Google looks at all of the advertisers who are bidding on keywords related to that search term and pulls them into that auction. And from there, they are trying to decide which ad should show, how many ads should show, and in what order they should appear. And it is a very common belief that whoever pays the most automatically wins and gets put first, but that's not true. So if Google only rewarded the highest bidder, the ads would be terrible. They would be irrelevant, they'd get ignored, and Google would probably actually make less money. So instead, Google gives every ad a score in that moment called an ad rank. And think of your ad rank as the ad's overall rating in the auction. So your ad rank is based on your bid, or how much you're willing to pay, your ad's quality and relevance to what the searcher is looking for, your expected click-through rate, your landing page experience, so the page that you are sending people to, as well as some of the user's data, like their location, what device they're on, what time of day it is, and your ad extensions. So the higher your ad rank is, the better your chance of winning one of the top places in that auction. And here's the part that surprises most people. You can absolutely outrank a competitor who has a bigger budget than you, and businesses do it every single day. And that's because Google isn't trying to show the advertiser who pays the most, it's trying to show the ad that is the most useful to the person doing this search. Back to the plumber example, if someone searches emergency plumber and your ad says something like 24/7 emergency plumber near me, and your landing page then takes them straight to emergency plumbing services, Google sees that as a highly relevant, high quality match. And that alone can give you a really high ad rank, even if your max bid is lower than the next guy. And so this is where the quality score of your ads comes in. Quality score is Google's way of measuring how relevant or helpful your ad experience is. So a higher quality score often means that you get a lower cost per click, higher ad position, and better performance overall with your ads. Again, it's not just about outspending your competitors, it's about outranking them by being a better match for the search. Now, let's talk about what actually happens and what you actually pay for when someone clicks on your ad. Even though you set a max bid, you almost never pay that full amount. And that's because Google uses something called a second price auction. And basically what that means is that the ad with the highest ad rank wins the top spot, but instead of paying their full bid, they would pay just enough to beat spot number 2's bid. So if you bid $5 and you win top spot and the next advertiser bid $2 to win second spot, you would only pay something like $2.01 to be above them. And if nobody clicks on your ad, you pay nothing. So this is why Google Ads can be incredibly efficient. When your ads are highly relevant, you win better positions while often paying less than your competitors. So at this point, Google Ads should feel a lot less mysterious. So let me wrap up with the big takeaway to keep in mind. Relevance is your superpower. You don't need the biggest budget, you need the most relevant ad. So when your ad, the keyword, and the landing page all match what the user is searching for, Google rewards you with a higher position and lower costs. So focus on quality and not just your bids. So now you know how the Google search auction works and what actually goes on behind the scenes every time someone hits that search button. But this is just one part of the Google Ads ecosystem. If you want to dig deeper into all the different campaign types that you can run through Google and their network and understand which ones make sense for your business, head to the video right here. It breaks down each campaign type in a simple way so you can choose the ones that actually benefit your business the best. I'll see you over there.